Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of What's It Like, the show where we ask one big question and then some more after that. So today, I'm joined by my friend and housemate, Mr. Jericho Lazo. Say hi.
Hi everyone, what's up? It is me. I am home with him. We're here at home.
For today's big question, I will be asking, what's it like being unemployed after college, Jericho?
Depressing and stressful. That's probably the two words that come to mind when you ask that.
For sure. And for context, Jericho isn't currently unemployed, but he was for a period of time after he was done with college, and we'll be diving deeper into that part. But you can do most of the explaining for that.
I graduated fall 2018 and I had a job right after college at a media company for a 6-month contract, and I thought I was a shoo-in. But it turns out, contract, it's really hard to really keep a job in contract, so I ended up getting let go through a various of reasons.
Yeah.
And so July, August, September, even going to October, that I was unemployed for 3 months. And a lot of the time, they don't really tell you after you graduate that it's going to be so hard to jump into something. And I think I got super confident with knowing that I had 6 months under my belt. I was like, I want to get a job in 2 weeks.
It's like that false sense of security almost.
Yeah, I really convinced myself that I was going to have a job right after my contract ended. Yeah, that didn't fucking happen at all. I ended up going through all my savings, so I had nothing. I almost maxed out all my cards.
Like when you were working or after?
After, because I could not find a job.
Oh, okay.
And there is a part of me that knew I could go back to my old previous job, not the media one, but my regular day-to-day job, which was Starbucks. And I was like, I could go back to that. But do I want to?
Yeah, I totally get you.
I could go back to retail, but do I want to? And there's a sense of pride that kind of was mixed in with, I don't want to go back to that because I already had a taste of working in a city.
Exactly, yeah. So it's kind of tough for you to go back to kind of not a regular job, but more of an entry-level job compared to one that pertains to what you studied in college.
Yeah, exactly. And there's, I don't know, again, it's no one's ever really genuinely ready. When you go in, you think you're okay, this is the interview, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to do great. And then as you go through the interview process, you start getting these no's and you start getting rejections. And it has nothing to do with your worth or what you can bring. It's more so, there's always going to be someone who probably has an edge over you, who has probably 1 or 2 more experiences that they're looking for that you don't have. And I think that's where the mental game comes in. Because you start thinking damn, everything I did in college was for shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not good enough. Everything I'm producing is crap. It's if you wanting to do videos and this is the videos I've done, and they're oh, why is it organized like this? And they start looking at it, and it's not because they don't like what you've done or they don't like what you produce. It's just more so they have to ask those questions because they want to vet for the fact that they're getting the right person.
Yeah, they want the best person for the job.
Exactly, and so you can be an amazing person on paper, but if in that interview or when they talk to you, they don't feel that connection, that you know what you're talking about, that's where it's kind of gets really rocky throughout the interview process.
So how much tougher is it to get a job in the field that you want to be in compared to, the Starbucks or the retail jobs?
I think it just depends on your major and your field. So I'm in marketing / I kind of dipped into media, I guess. It's just difficult because in the Bay Area, specifically San Francisco, they expect you to do sales as that entry level, low tier marketing before you can go into more corporate things. I hate sales. I'm good at it, and I have the charisma and I know I have the personality for sales, but it's not what I want to do. I don't want to have to be cold calling people. I don't have to deal with trying to always pitch an idea and pitch to a client why they should buy into something. And sometimes I can do the creative side of things, but the sad part is I don't have the technical creative side.
I get you. So you want to be more behind the scenes type of thing.
I genuinely do like that. but that's the downside of trying to go into your field. It's super saturated with people who
do exactly what you do.
Do exactly what you do and even better, or
Yeah.
even have a little bit more range and types of skill sets that apply to the job. But versus like retail or like jobs that I guess you can say you would get in high school without really much experience, it's easy. You know, it's easy to go back to Starbucks. It's easy to get a job at Target.
Yeah,
As long as you know the bare minimum.
exactly. Just because like everyone's qualified, basically.
Because everyone's essentially qualified, and I'm not saying those jobs are bad. Like I love working at Starbucks. I love being in that environment. I just know it's not going to sustain me
Yeah, in the long run.
in the long run, because I have big dreams and I want to be able to achieve that, but I need the income to do so.
Exactly. What did you find the most difficult about being unemployed for that period of time?
Budgeting and saying no. I think being that you and I are similar in age, and like we have a lot of close friends who love to go out. We have similar friends who enjoy each other's company, and it's hard saying no.
Yeah.
And understanding that when you're broke, you're broke.
Yeah.
And it's not that you don't want to be with your friends or that you don't want to socialize. It's more so like you get FOMO almost.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then you feel guilty for saying no, but you feel even guiltier for using money that you don't have.
Exactly. Like when like the group chat goes off and like, hey, let's go out to eat, or
it's so stressful.
we're going to downtown.
Yeah. It's worse when you have multiple friend groups.
Oh yeah.
And each friend group has their own like specific thing that they like to do. So like with my very close group of friends, we love going city life in San Francisco. We like to go to Castro, we like to drink, we like to do those things and go to events, and
it's not cheap.
And it's not cheap. Drinks are like $14 I think a well, or depending where you go, obviously. But that matters aside, the fact that I'm saying yes to something that I know isn't within my means of living, and then getting stacked with bills and like shit you still have to pay.
Yep.
Like bills don't be like, oh sorry, you're broke right now, I'm gonna take a break. No, bills are like, fuck you, you have to pay this shit.
And they add up super fast.
And you think you have enough time in between to kind of scavenge for money.
Yeah.
But you don't.
And then like things come up that you don't expect to like pay for.
I think like one month I literally almost broke down because I think my car got jacked up. I think the wheel or something, and then I had to fix that and pay that out of pocket.
Yeah.
And I also had to like pay all my loans still. And
yep.
So that's the hard part, especially graduating. If you're lucky enough that you have parents who take on the loans for you, cool. Or if you were smart enough to not get loans.
Yeah.
But
sometimes it's necessary.
And I was one of those people that I needed to get loans.
Yeah.
But
same here.
So I'm paying loans because I don't want to be that kid that's like, my mom's gonna pay for it. Like, no, I want to pay for my loans. But it was just really hard that it so happens that when my loan started, that's when my contract ended.
Yeah, it's just like bad timing.
Terrible timing, yeah.
But we'll pay you back, parents, don't worry. Just gonna take some time.
A lot of time. Give me a lot of time, yeah.
So what advice would you give to people who may be in like the same situation that you are in during that time?
Say no to things and live within your means. And I think my biggest thing would be, don't be afraid to go back to your old jobs, specifically like your retail jobs that are like a shoe-in that you can get in. Especially if it's only temporary. Like if you're not, you have to let go of your pride and know that going back to these jobs isn't necessarily a reflection on your worth, but more so just part of a longer plan to like
for sure.
take time. Like when I went back to Starbucks, I realized how much I missed it and how much I love the environment. And like, yeah, I'm not getting as much as I was getting in the city, and I wasn't doing all these like crazy like media projects, but dude, my coworkers are dope. Like, I have free food all the time. Like, it was enjoyable. Like,
there's pros and cons.
There's pros and cons to everything. And I think for me, like, if I didn't try to hold off so long, like, oh, I'm not gonna work, I'm just gonna interview only for 2 months, I would have been saving money but still been able to still go to interviews. You know what I mean? I think that would have been smarter to just do a job that was like, that allowed me that flexibility to still have some form of income, rather than be like, oh, I'm not gonna work at all and just live off of my savings.
For sure.
Which was dumb.
Yeah, which I think like for a lot of people is like, after they get a taste of like what a higher up kind of job feels like, they don't really like want to go back because they're just like, well, I've already gotten this job, so like why would I go back to like a retail job if I already have it? But like in reality, it's not that easy to just like get a new big boy or big girl job. So I feel like it's more safe to just like bite the bullet, go back, and make sure that you have like the means to pay your bills while you're waiting.
Exactly.
So yeah, so just swallow your pride, honestly. It's probably just for the better. So
Give a good swallow. That's all it takes.
all right, well, that was a great note to end on. So Jericho, thanks so much for being my first guest on the show.
I loved it. This was great.
Glad you enjoyed. Go ahead. Do you want to like plug any of your social media?
Yeah. Okay. Everyone, you can follow me on Instagram. It's just Jericho. Yeah, I decided to change it from my old previous ones.
For sure.
I do have a YouTube channel. Please, I'm pretty sure you'll link me.
I'll put it like already
down there. Whatever you have to do. I also have my own very own podcast. I have my podcast.
Yes.
With Tommy, who is my partner and my boyfriend. It's the You're In All podcast, where we talk about all things in and all things out. Where it's just about us talking about life and real life shit.
Great podcast. Highly suggest.
Please, we're gonna work on season 2, so that's coming out. So catch up now. We have 10 episodes out.
All right, and with that, let's send it over to the transition. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching the first episode of What's It Like. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more content coming out very soon. And if you have any ideas for any topics that you'd like to hear talked about, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.